Howdy everyone, Poacher here with an Age of Magic video, and in today's video we're jumping into a hero spotlight and we're going to check out Oakley, the rogue of the Cursed Circus. We're going to go over her stats, abilities, and have a little bit of a discussion about this hero. So far she's my favourite of the Cursed Circus heroes. She's quite cool in the way she works, but we'll go over everything in this video. So we'll start with her stats, coming in with hit points at 28 million, speed 237, basic magic damage 2.3 million, and her in-depth stats are here. Feel free to take whatever information you want, use it how you see fit, and let's jump in to the spotlight and have a look at this character and how she operates. Moving into the arena, we have Oakley's basic attack. Is this your card? Performs a melee magic attack on one target. If she misses or the target dodges, Oakley takes 10% of her basic damage, ignoring shields. But in exchange, her HP cannot drop below 1 for 2 turns, or until she takes 3 hits. Awakening this skill, damage is increased by 20%. Upon a successful attack, gains 30% initiative. Cast the Cursed Circus mark, and triggers Rogue class mark as well. Very interesting basic. Awakening is a 30% initiative gain upon successful attacks, and then unsuccessful ones are giving her invulnerability. So it's a pretty rounded off ability. You miss, you still gain something from it. You hit, you gain something from it as well if awakened. 30% initiative is not bad at all. We'll go ahead and look at the animation on the enemy gatekeeper. So her cards will flash, she'll dash across the field and deal damage. So a fairly nice ability, especially with the awakening and the 30%. I think, like I said, it covers most things for an attack. You miss, you gain something. You hit, you gain something. Moving on to Oakley's second ability, we have Pick a Card. Performs 3 melee magic attacks on the target, dealing critical damage, reduces the target's initiative by 15%. So with 3 strikes, potential to reduce initiative by 45%. If Oakley is in the spotlight, she reduces the target's maximum HP by 100% of the damage dealt. If she isn't, Oakley's dodge chance is increased by 100% for 2 turns. Awakening this skill increases its damage by 20%. Removes 1 debuff from herself for every critical hit on the target. And the ability both triggers the Rogue class mark and the Cursed Circus mark as well. The Cursed Circus mark being triggered bounces off her basic. The HP cannot drop below 1 effect is removed from the target if present, after which the allied leader performs a support attack on the target. So yeah, she gains a lot from this ability. In the spotlight, reduces the maximum HP by 100% of the damage dealt. Very interesting. We're seeing that more and more. I think it's definitely a counter to the immense healing some teams are able to do to be able to cut characters' HP. The only negative side to this, it's not negative, it's more the abilities of factions, but there's a lot of abilities that are very defense-based and can reduce a lot of damage, so you may not often see the reduction in HP that you're hoping for, but when you have a faction that's brand new, you can assume you're going to be seeing a lot of damage. And then if she isn't in the spotlight, she gains dodge for 2 turns, so that's pretty good. We'll go ahead and look at the animation. We're going to cut this new gatekeepers. I know we'll do this one because it's got the curse mark on it as well, so bang, bang. I mean, he's just going to die, so we don't get to see the cut HP, but there you go. She gets dodge on herself for 2 turns because we do not have spotlight on us. But overall, I do foresee this ability doing a lot of damage, especially when you start mix and matching it with all the buffs the faction is going to be giving. Yeah, there's going to be a lot coming out of this faction. Moving on to Oakley's third ability, we have Card Sharp's Hand. Performs a ranged magic attack on the target and 9 more random enemies. If Oakley is in the spotlight, she will perform an additional attack on 3 more enemies. If she isn't, critical damage from her ability is increased by 300%. Honestly, I'd probably just rather not be in the spotlight when casting this ability. 300% bonus critical damage is... It's not a horrible number to see. Cast a rogue mark on the target. The next instance of damage from a rogue debuffs the target with marked cards for 3 turns. Reduces the target's healing by 50%. If the effect ends early, is removed or recast, the target receives 3 stacks of an effect, increasing damage taken by 50%. Awakening this skill, damage is increased by 10%. Ability cooldown is reduced. You can cast the rogue mark, cast a rogue mark, the next instance of damage from a rogue cast. Yeah, so it's very interesting that they've put the description of the rogue mark in the ability, and then you have it in the mark section as well. Not sure why they've done that for, but I think it's nice to see mark trigger effects in the description themselves. I think marks is one of those things I have personally always wish was built upon in this game. So to see something like this, I don't know, gives me a little bit of hope. But yeah, having this ability be cast without Spotlight, if she isn't, critical damage from her abilities increased by 300%. That's huge. That's a big number. You have to consider this as well. We're not dealing with an old faction. When you consider the damage new characters do versus old characters do, the damage is already high for these characters. So seeing a 300% boost is insane. We're going to go ahead and look at the animation of the ability. I believe we're going to just kill these gatekeepers. These are maxed out gatekeepers. I know they're not the newest characters, but just Jesus Christ. It's like a Gatling gun. Oh my God. They stood no chance. No chance at all. That's cool. That's really cool, that animation. But that is going to be dealing a lot of damage. Finally, we have Oakley's passive, the Trickster. When an enemy uses an active ability with Oakley as the target, she receives Spotlight before it is used. Damage taken is reduced by 50% plus 5 for every other allied circus performer. Only one member of the squad can be in the Spotlight at a time. This effect is removed when another hero receives it. Cannot be blocked or absorbed when cast. If Oakley already has Spotlight, the effect won't refresh. While Oakley is in the Spotlight, she performs a support attack on the enemy at the start of their turn. While Oakley's HP is below 80%, her attacks ignore shield and damage reduction effects. Every time Oakley activates the Cursed Circus or Rogue mark, she deals additional damage to the target equal to 50% of her basic damage and also restores 5% of her HP. In clan battles, in attack phase, Oakley can hit any enemy ignoring the hidden status and provocation. Awakening this skill, HP threshold below which Oakley attacks ignore shield and damage reduction effects is increased. So now we're starting to see heroes that are getting boosted for clan battle attack phases as well. The few heroes that have come out in the past that are new, Warris for example, Nefara, they've received bonuses to their defense status. So with that, makes them quite powerful as defense heroes. And if they kept bringing out heroes where it's just defense, you're not going to be wanting to use any of the new heroes for attack. So now they're going to start changing it up and putting some heroes for the offense as well. But there's a lot to this. The first half of it is just explaining the Spotlight thing. I think we're going to see that on every hero. And yeah, she's going to be able to ignore shields and damage reduction effects. I think that's pretty powerful, especially with the amount of damage that she can potentially do. And again, having a little bonus to triggering marks is wonderful. Love to see it. So yeah, very, very powerful damage dealer. We haven't seen anything like this type of damage in a long time. It kind of reminds me of Ciri in a way, a little bit, but I think it's a little bit more potent. But we have 5 gatekeepers on the field. Before we sign off, we're going to have a go at the Gatling gun one more time just to see it in full action against 5 heroes. So here we go, bang, 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 and okay, all right. It seems a little bit more tame when there's 5 characters. The 2 alone was absolutely menacing. But there we go, we got that debuff on them as well. Still a very beautiful ability. And yeah, again, this isn't her setup either. Remember, when you're using the full faction, you're going to be buffing and using your support utility abilities before you blast off with any damage as well. So just keep that in mind. But there we go, there is Oakley. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I will answer it to the best of my ability. And wherever you're on the world, until next time, please take care of yourself.